Hi, today's video is a little bit nature, a little bit imagination. I got the idea when I was watching an animated film called Spirited Away. It's on Netflix, it's really good, and I was looking at the dragons in that, and the Japanese dragons, and I was thinking about them afterwards and how beautiful they are as they fly through the sky. So we're going to be making a beautiful dragon today. I hope you're well. Let's get going. So the first thing we've got is our leaves from the garden, and we're going to need a few more of these. Then these ones are sort of for the head. So lay them out here. This is a kind of feathery one, and I used that for the head of my dragon. And I drew around it, and I drew around lots of ones. I drew around some long ones, and these ones are more like for the scales. So you might need to do quite a few of those. And these ones, the more feathery ones, well, you can draw around those, and then you can cut them out individually if you like. Make sure you have a nice large shape like this for the head, because you want a nice big feathery head. So fill up your page with lots of different leaf shapes, but make sure you have more of the smaller ones. So here's my sheet. Now the next thing I did was, I'm going to show you, I flipped it over and I coloured it all over in an interesting way with pastel. Now this way, I wanted to let some shimmer in, so I left some white patches. I put my pastel on its side. I'm going to show you on this one. So the important thing is to draw your shapes first, otherwise you'll be pressing crayon into the table when you draw around the leaves. So I'm going to go like this. This is for a greener dragon, and I want it to be shimmery. So I'm going to have patches of yellow. I'm going to think about light and dark and letting the light of the paper come through. So I'm going to keep going like that until I've made. All right, I'm going to fill up. I would fill up the whole page. Okay, so I'm going to fill up the whole page like that. I quite like the way this turquoise looks with yellow, and it's actually quite a fun way to find what colours look nice on top of each other. Maybe a bit of this very bright green. I've got a small piece over here. I'm going to go like this, a little bit. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'm going to put some of that in there like that, and a bit of yellow up here. Okay, so now when you flip it over, and we're going to cut one out, and I'm going to show you. Look at that. We've got, oh, that one hasn't, I need a bit more colour on that one. I didn't go right to the edge of the page. So I'll probably, yeah, I could colour in a bit that one, a bit more on the top like that. So you've got a lovely shimmery scale. Now the other thing that you need to do is, and I only need about half a sheet for this, is I stuck some tin foil down onto a piece of paper, and in the same way I've drawn some leaf shapes. Now some of these, this one was a long thin fern, and I thought that might make a good maybe wing. So while you're looking at the shapes of the leaves, you can think maybe this one would be a wing, perhaps that one would make an ear. So I think that would make quite a nice wing. So now I'm going to get my dragon ready, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So for the next part, I've dropped my piece of paper. Here it is. Let's make a nice body, but let's make a body. I made a straight body when I made one, but I thought, why not a curved body, like one of those Japanese dragons that fly off into the clouds. So here's my body, and I'm going to cut it out. And all the time, this bit's not going to show, so just, it doesn't matter, you could use some good scrap paper for this. So that's my wobbly body. I wonder if that will work. I haven't tried that out. So there's my wobbly body, and I'm going to get my glue stick, and I'm going to lay one of my leaves on. Now I haven't really made masses, so I'm going to make a little silver one, and I'll probably show you the one that I've made already in a minute, but just to show you the technique, just kind of cut round that. So it's like you've made your little pattern pieces, and now you can assemble. Now I overlaid them so that I think I started at this end, and I put that on there, and then I kept going forwards, and I mixed up. I'm going to put my I think that's going to be a wing, isn't it? And I mixed up the layers so that I got a shimmery pattern of silver and a little bit of colour as well. Now you don't have to do a green dragon. It could be any kind of dragon. I like thinking about them as earth or fire dragons. So you could think about, see how that I'm going like that all the way along until I get a pattern of scales. Now here's the one that I made before. Just going to move this stuff out of the way so you can see it. So here's my big dragon, and I've layered it, and then what I've done is when I've glued them down, I've bent them up a bit so that they look a bit textured, like that. And now here's the head. Now the head I made out of a big leaf, like that. I'm gonna put a piece of white paper underneath it. I made it out of a big leaf, and then I thought, well, perhaps I'll just snip out a bit of the leaf so that he has this long thing, sort of, it's a muzzle, isn't it? And then I, out of another piece of paper, I made this little eye. Actually, I had this in the garden, I accidentally watered it. And then I drew a little nostril on there like that. And the next, so the last part, I'm just going to show you, this is the head. I made it out of this, one of these big feathery leaves like this. So go and look around. This is a sort of a geranium style leaf, I think. Something with a little bit of feather. And if you can't find something with a bit of feather, just make it up. Get a nice leaf shape like that. And then this is careful cutting out. You have to go in and out. So quite often when I'm doing careful cutting out, I cut out a rough shape like that. And then I go in around all the little nodule bits afterwards, like that. And that's going to take a little bit of time. I'm not going to cut that all out now. That would be a silver head. So you see that those two heads are made out of the same shape. So now I've got my dragon and I want to make him come alive. So I'm going to flip him over, and I've got these two, what do we call, barbecue spears. You could just as easily use chopsticks. If you don't have chopsticks, a couple of pencils will do. Or any other kind of barbecue spear. Actually, you can get little thin bamboo ones. I always put the pointed end at the top so that I don't accidentally stab a friend. Okay, so here is my dragon. Let's flip him over and let's watch him rustle around. Look at him go. Yeah, he's got a bit of a wiggle to him, I think. Now you can take him on an adventure in the garden. Maybe you could even get someone to film you as you made him whiz through trees and bushes. Anywhere in the park, beside the canal, in the woods. So here's your shiny, shimmery spirit of the earth, I think. Not fire or water, he's a spirit of the forest. Have a great day.